Hello and welcome to my world. As we're taking a break from the DVDs on this week's episode, as you kind of can tell a little bit, I've been moving things around, putting stuff in different places. Again, wanted to opening up this my office, studio, basement, what have you. So this way I could eventually have my brother and cousin come over and we can do some like gaming and stuff over on my Twitch channel. But as I am going through stuff, and as you can tell by the title of this video and the thumbnail, we're going through a bag of miscellaneous action figures. Now, here's the thing. These were put aside by my mom, who passed away earlier this year. And these were mostly my brothers. So all I know for sure, this cursory glance, I mean, there's some stuff that I recognized I knew I had at one point, mixed with stuff that he got later on. So there's a lot of the action figures and stuff in here are from like the mid to late 90s and early 2000s. There's some WWE figures here. There's some X-Men figures and some other things. I think there's a troll doll in here. So we'll kind of see what we can see, if we can figure out what in the world we have in here. But this in its own way is a reminder of the type of person my mom was. As like she saved a lot of stuff. Remember when I was going through all those VHS tapes, my mom saved those. For whatever reason, she saved them. She put them aside. Uh, so so going through stuff like this, it's for me, it's in its own way, it's kind of coping in a way, but at the same time, it does make me miss her, and it's also a reminder of how much I am struggling to hold things together as best I can. But anyway, let's open this up, see what we got here. So we got clearly this is this was an Undertaker action figure. Considering the short hair is, I'm going to assume it looks like there's something was snapped off the back of it here. So I'm going to assume this was released clearly after 2000. So we're looking at a 2000 2001 ish Undertaker action figure. Don't know how far along it is. Again, it does look like something. There may have been something snapped off the back here. So I'm going to assume released sometime before the invasion storyline. This is Sabretooth, and from I believe the X-Men 2000 film. So the kind of a cool figure, like nice little fur coat and everything. Kind of looked like it was winter blasted in a way. I guess to indicate like snow. If I remember, the Sabretooth only shows up in one part in that film, right? I have no idea what the hell this is. I really don't. It's like some tapeworm alien thingy. There's like a jacket of some sort here. Kind of indicating, if I was to guess, it looks like, I would assume, that's the single. Well, it looks like the arm can go into the sleeves, I think. or something or other. So it's a head. It's a jacket of some kind. But I don't know what the hell this is or what it's from. No markings on it. Don't know. This looks like... Oh, boy. It's a Cyclops action figure that has some weird leg poses. And it has some action to it. So this is... I think this is X-Men Evolution. I believe. 2001. Yeah, so this is an X-Men Evolution Cyclops, and it has some something or other here. Looks like there's a screw. I'm guessing this thing. Guess this has some like light up effect too. Thing is though, the legs on this thing is ridiculous. Like this leg won't come down. Oh wait. All right. Dude, the natural stance on this thing is absolutely silly. Like I have it, you know. I really should have set up a second camera to have these things at the aim at the desk, but I am actually trying to stand this sucker up, and so what? Okay, so we got the kicking action. So we got the what? A karate chop, which I want to assume this is like okay, activating the opening up the visor. If I'm understanding that right, so it's like it's supposed to light up, and then it has a big kick function. So there you go. It's an action figure that actually does an actiony things. This is a WWE figure. It's a Kurt Angle figure, and looks like this is one of those Titantron figures. And release Titantron. This is a Titantron Live Kurt Angle figure. How you can tell is the bottom of the foot. This is actually pretty sharp here with the jacket. Although like the jacket sleeves are like painted on the arm, so the jacket doesn't really come off. So it's like, but it's pretty sharp. Doesn't really have a hoodie function. So clearly a Jack specific issue figure. This is a WWF figure, Mankind, and it's real loose in the torso. Like, damn it, we know Mick Foley did shit to his body, but come on now. When was this one released? Can we tell? This is 1996. So 1996 Mankind figure. We got a WCW figure. Goldberg. And how you can tell it's Goldberg, it's the tattoo. So clearly something with the arm. So one arm has some sort of function to it, to which I do not know. Something that is amazing me about this figure, though, is the stance here and the feet are so damn small. It's like it's really a top-heavy figure, but at least it has a strong base. So, all right. This is I think this is a Steve Austin action figure. Let me just double check and make sure. Yep, this is a Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure released in 1998. So it's like the very loose torso, no real thing on the arms. So all Austin in jeans. There's more to it. I don't know. Oh, it's a half an arm Hercules action figure. I think this is Hercules. Can't read the bottom of the sole here. Trying to. So yeah, definitely a Hercules. Definitely looks like Kevin Sorbo, and he's armless, so the arm snapped off at some point. But yeah, very small action figure. Another WWF action figure, and this is Ken Shamrock. This is released 1997 ish. So that Shamrock debuted in the WWF in '97 at WrestleMania 13. Kind of looks like they gave him a beer belly on that one. We got a Gambit action figure, X-Men. And this is clear. I think this was mine. Because a lot of these older, more newer ones, definitely my brother's. This would have been like 90. This one doesn't have a year on it. This may have been mine. I'm not 100% sure, though. But clearly, this is modeled on like the X-Men '92 Gambit. I think this is another X-Men figure. 1994. But I'm not sure who it is. I'm not entirely sure. So there we go. Another WWF action figure. It's another Titantron live one. Released 1999. And it's the Road Dogg Jesse James, aka one of the reasons why modern WWF programming sucks. But okay, we still got the action figure in the collection here. What the heck is this? I'm not sure what this figure is from. I want to say it's based on the movie. What was it, Toy Soldiers, where someone puts an AI chip into a bunch of action figures and they come to life. So it's kind of like a live action film. I think that's what this is from, but I'm not sure. Like, no copyright date or anything on the feet. And then there's something on here on the back of the leg. I just can't. Made in China. 1990 something about it. It's just too small for me to read it. A Batman the Animated Series action figure. The ears are basically gnawed off. This was definitely my brother's action figure because I had a red variant at one point. But that's kind of a cool thing to have. Well, here's an X-Men 92 figure. Wolverine, but he has no arms. So don't know what happened. Don't know what happened to the arms on this one. That's a thing. A Superman action figure. That where the leg doesn't do anything, and I'm not sure. Like it's kind of stuck in a single pose with the legs. Like legs don't bend. Definitely one of those straight up paint job figures, but for so you can't really stand them up unless it's like it's posed on something else. I'm actually trying to see, can this thing be posed in a way? Yeah, it's like just a dramatic pose. So just he's like he standing up like that, and that's about it. Well, I know for a fact this is an Al Snow action figure. Just doesn't have heads. Boy, definitely one of my brother's action figures. This was like what 1990. This is 1996. So wait a second. They were using, but Al Snow in terms of the Job Squad was what 98. So the bottom of the feet. This is 1996. So the mold is from 1996, but the head. So there you go. They were using the same molds and stuff. It's 7:00 a.m.
7:00 a.m.
Well, if anything, that kind of revealed when the hell I'm recording this. That said, we got a Street Fighter action figure, a Cammy, and a rather thin one. I mean, it's like I know Cammy has been depicted as being thin in the video games, but I guess looking back at the Street Fighter 2 sprite, and the Street Fighter Alpha, uh, uh, Alpha 2 Gold and Alpha 3 sprite of Cammy, as well as her appearance in X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Cammy as a character was never this damn thin. There were some small ass feet too. Can't quite read it, but it is a. That's a kind of a unique novelty there. Another Cyclops action figure missing the arm. And that was kind of like a thing about some of those older action regards to X-Men action figures. Now I definitely remember the arms on a lot of them broke off and snapped quite easily. But this one, if memory serves, we might like the other more X-Men Evolution one. This one is supposed to have a light up feature there, and the design is clearly like based on late 80s, very early 90s, before X-Men 90, the animated series, really took off. Action figure of The Rock, another WWF figure here in this mold. also says 1996. But the so they were using the 96 molds clearly into 1998. It's like, wow. We got a crate. From Animaniacs, we got the Dot Warner. That's kind of like a neat little thing there. And can we show this figure here? Well, technically we can. We'll just do one of these. Mystique from the 2000 X-Men movie. So we got Sabretooth and we got Mystique. So those are clearly my brother's figures. And boy, they definitely went in proportion. Sabretooth is freaking huge in comparison. A cloak or something or other. I don't know for. Can't imagine what figure that would be for. Piece of railroad track. Oh, he is so angry. Little Marvin the Martian action figure. So. Clearly another X-Men figure. Toy Biz. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what it is. Ah, shit. So, these are all Toy Biz figures. Because now I'm definitely starting to remember. Because they had, it's like the cards were huge. And they all had like little action things. Like, I'm not sure. There's this one. Not sure what his action is supposed to be, other than giving one of his minions a reverse job of hand. Not sure. Not even sure who this character is, but kind of what it is there. But the Toy Biz action figures could be real. I would say real cheaply made. What else we got in here? Not even sure. Can't even tell what it is off the back row of it. I want to say it's an X-Men figure, but I'm not sure. Maybe Gargoyles was. No, I know. I think I know who this is. I think from Gargoyles. I know who was voiced by Jonathan Frakes. Xanatos or something. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I'm just going by the ponytail on the back and the beard. Definitely could be wrong. And the big X there. Again, I definitely, most certainly could be wrong. Not really an action figure, more just something to pose. It's Bugs Bunny baseball as him being a pitcher, or actually based on the short where he's basically an entire team. It's a Raichu. That's all I know. You can move forward. I think this was a figure that was in like a Pokeball. I'll have to ask my brother because that would have been definitely his. I believe this is Jean Grey based on the 2000s X-Men film. So we got Mystique, we got Sabretooth, and Jean Grey from it. And geez, they gave these action figures some thin legs. And we got Storm. And with something jammed up in her back. I guess it's supposed to be some sort of like lever thing, maybe projectile or something or other. But talk about not being anamorphically correct in any shape, way, or form. Not even by comic book proportions. So we got 3 ladies from the X-Men 2000 film and Sabretooth. We got a little Disney figure here of Pluto. And Disney, but no year to indicate a release. Definitely one of my brothers that I can safely say this is an action figure my brother definitely had. We have the Gold Zeal Ranger. With obviously Jason, played by Austin St. John. So there we go. We have a leg. So it's like, so there's there. I believe this is Daffy as Duck Dodger from the 24th and a half century. Kind of like a similar thing with the that Bugs Bunny one. I guess like specific episodes. A Spider-Man Toy Biz figure. Like goodness gracious me, they gave us so much articulation on it, but it's like boy, real finicky. So Spider-Man Toy Biz figure. We got a Hugh Jackman as Wolverine figure. So that's not bad. It's like we got like a set of those action figures from the X-Men 2000 film. That's probably like a nice find here. A cloak for someone. Don't know for who. This is clearly X-Men related, but I don't know what. Like released in 2001, probably go with that Cyclops figure. Oh wait, no. Yeah. These go to Oh, okay, I get it. It's a pop-off thing. That Cyclops figure has that kicking action, and you press the thing, and it pops out. Like the, so that's kind of neat. So hey, that's kind of neat in its own way there. What else we got in here? Don't know what this is. We got a Magneto helmet. So apparently we had a Magneto action figure in the collection at some point. We throw that on that questionable Xanatos figure. Hey, what? No. Wolverine claw accessory. No, it's Wolverine because of the 3 claw protrusion, but other than that, not sure. An elbow pad. There's a couple of weapon accessories. Again, not sure. Hat. Another Wolverine claws. Looks like armor pieces. Another elbow pad. A foot. And yep, I was right. That Undertaker action figure. Here's the hair for it. That snapped, I guess, snapped off at some point. There's a harmonica in here. And last but not least, all grouped together, a bunch of troll dolls. All clearly buck naked except for one. So, there you go. Someone's pants? Oh, this I definitely recognize that. Like I said, that Gambit figure definitely mine, because here's the staff clearly bent. That goes with that Gambit figure. And that's about it. So yeah. So now I can safely say, going through most of these are definitely my brothers. Like only like one or two of these were definitely mine. The rest of these were most certainly my brothers because of the time frame. But kind of real cool. And I know I have some of my own action figures, but they're stored were stored differently because I kept only a handful, and we'll eventually go through them at some point in time. But this again, little side diversion from going through music and DVDs, something different. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. If you recognize any of the figures, particularly stuff that I was not able to identify, let me put them in the comment section below. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, bye.